Hey, thanks for joining me today on our Facebook Live. Today I'm in El Paso, Texas visiting family, and we're having a great time, and I'll be here for the week, so you'll hear more from me here from El Paso throughout the week. You know what I want to talk to you about today was how to be well with this illness, with bipolar disorder, and how I stay well. And I want to give you a few tips that are going to be really critical for your loved one's wellness. One is treatment. Treatment works, and the right kind of treatment is what your loved one needs. Treatment for me means medication, and it means therapy. Now, I've been through more than 60 different med changes over the course of 10 years, and I've been through 600 or more hours of therapy. And look I brag about it. It's not something to be ashamed about, but it has helped me learn how to be well. And one of the things that I want to really impress upon you today is the idea of maybe mood charting. And this is something I really want to develop, a tool that I want to put on in my course. And remember now, I do have a course about all of this at bipolarcourse.com if you want to take a deeper dive. Now, what a mood chart would be like for me would be that one, the very first thing I would do on a separate page, or however you want to do this, a journal, you want to do a spreadsheet, or whatever you want to do, is I would write down all the medications that your loved one is currently on. Or if you're the one with the illness, the medications that you're currently on. And call that cocktail number whatever. If you're just starting this, you might want to call that cocktail number 1. And then on a separate sheet of paper, what I want you to do is write down the date and how you felt today. It could be just a smiley face, a sad face, a grinning face. It could be more detailed than that. And then the second thing I want you to do is write down how many hours you slept last night, or your loved one slept last night. And then the third thing that's really critical to do is write down the number of the cocktail that you're on or your loved one is on. So it'll be 3 things: your mood, your sleep, and the cocktail, the medication. And also note somewhere which day you had therapy, if you had it at all. And if you had therapy on that day, just the number of hours that you had therapy with, okay? Now, what this is going to help you do, it's going to help you assess how well you're doing or your loved one is doing with the treatment that you're having. So now you can go to the doctor and say, here's my mood chart for the past 30 days. Because hopefully your loved one is following up with a psychiatrist every 30 days. And I always recommend therapy, talk therapy, at least once a week. But again, that's strictly up to the clinicians, okay? Not up to me. That's just what I do. So now you can go to your clinicians, both the therapist and the doctor, and you can show this mood journal. And you can say, hey, I've been on this series of meds, and I felt like this every day. Here's what I felt like every day. And you can see I had some good days and I had some bad days. And then you might even be able to trace it back to something. Like you might see that your bad days were preceded by not very much sleep. Or you might just see that you've had a string of bad days and you've gotten a lot of sleep and you've had therapy. Well, to me, that would suggest something about the meds needs to be tweaked. And again, you'd work that out with your doctor. Then, if you do tweak your meds, now you go to that separate page where you wrote down your meds before, and you write down your new med regimen. And you call that cocktail number 2. And then as you start doing your journal, you start writing down, here's how I felt today, smiley face, happy face, whatever you want to make it. Here's how many hours of sleep I got the night before. And here's the cocktail I'm on right now. Now it's number 2. See, it's not just one thing to keep a mood journal, because let's say you just went in and you had 90 days of happy, smiley faces, but in the meantime you made 3 or 4 med changes. And you didn't document that. Now we don't know if the happy faces or the smiley faces correspond to the med changes or the amount of sleep you got, or the amount of therapy you got, or what, if all we do is just track smiley faces or sad faces. And you can see where that makes an important difference. In order to really get on top of this, the person, your loved one or yourself, really needs to be able to report your symptoms, how you're feeling, to your medical team. And this is the best way I know how to do it. Now, I've gotten very good at this, and I've been able to facilitate a lot of my med changes with my doctor in a collaborative way. My doctor ends up asking me what we should do. But it's also because I've studied the meds a lot. You know, I've been on more than like 16 different meds. And I just studied them all, and I studied the side effects. And that's another thing I almost forgot that you want to write down in that mood journal. The fourth thing you want to write is the side effects. The side effects of the cocktail. Each med has its own side effects, but the combination is going to have a unique set of side effects for that individual. So don't let me forget that. I'm sorry I almost forgot that. So you want to do those four things. So I'm going to wrap this up, but I want to summarize what we want to do is we want to keep a journal. We want to keep the cocktail that we're doing right now. Make a list of it somewhere else. We want to keep how we're feeling, how much sleep we got, how much therapy we got. And it's important to do those things in order to be able to report successfully back to the doctor and your therapist about how the treatment is going for your loved one or for yourself. And this is something that you can easily construct on your own with just a couple of pieces of paper or a journal or a notebook or whatever. Please don't wait for me to come out with something in the course. I will get to it eventually, but it's the thing that helps me to be the most successful with my illness, and that's what I want for all of you and your loved ones. Remember, there's a course about all of this at bipolarcourse.com. Please feel free to share your comments and any questions you want in the post, and I look forward to seeing you on our next Facebook Live. Okay, in the meantime, take the very best care, and bye for now.